What is shaking, everyone? Welcome back. It is the big day of the 2025 Crypto Summit. Let's see how this all works out. We do have a few problems to deal with. We'll get into the charts straight away, but let's talk about what's going on with the summit at the same time. So we can see right now that Bitcoin is setting up a little bit of a triangle here, a nice little trap. Sorry, that's ADA. Bitcoin is doing the exact same thing. We've got a nice little trap here. So this is what's going on. We're coiling up for a big move here. Let's see if we can get a big free cash Friday move. A little troubling for Bitcoin. We have taken out the previous day's low. So let's see how that goes. Now, looking at the summit and the executive order that Trump has put out, first of all, executive orders are pretty useless. It's good for 4 years. And then once he's out, let's see what happens. But there are some concerns with this executive order. Mainly, there's no mention about buying Bitcoin. They're just going to strategically reserve what they've already confiscated through illegal forfeitures. Yeah. Which does leave some people a little bit weary about this whole situation, including one of the greatest Richard Short named monikers of all time, Mr. Dick Lowe, CEO of TDX Strategies. Got to be one of the top 5 Dick names of all time. Dick Lowe. If only his middle name was Hung, that would be perfect. But still, top spot goes to Dick Rocket, CEO of New Space Global. That's right, he makes rockets and his name is Dick Rocket. Unbelievable. How about those Richards? Anyhow, old Dick Hung Low, he is he's a little bit dismayed by this news. Says it's not very positive. So, you know, I would agree with that. The strategic reserve seems to be more of a strategic don't sell Bitcoin that you've confiscated from criminal activities. So let's see, what does come out of this summit. Who knows what these guys are going to get on about. But I would also suggest that the strategic reserve needs to be something that is then taken up through Congress and the Senate, or else it will be relatively useless. Right now, that is good news for the next 4 years, regardless, potentially, as long as they're going to start accumulating some. But if they're just holding on to assets that they freeze and then confiscate, all that really does is take liquidity out of the market. Does relieve some selling pressure, obviously, because they're not going to be selling. I believe they have 198,000 Bitcoin and then some other coins. But that's, that ain't bad, 198,000 Bitcoins. So let's see how that all turns out. Could be a bit of a Donald debacle, or it could be great. So expect some volatility later on today. Like I said, we have taken out, if we look at the daily chart here, we've taken out the previous day's low, and now we are quickly pushing back up. Now, generally, you'll hear me say to, be careful about going for the highs here, because once you take the daily, the previous day's low, it's very rare that we come up and take the previous day's high. However, it is Friday, so this could be a big free cash Friday. So that is really what we're looking at here. Could be a big move. All right. Either way, it will be a big move. That's what I'm guessing. We are coiled up. We are obviously in a triangle here. So let's see how this breaks. Be careful with the fake outs. That is going to be the big thing. Now, on the lower time frames, we are really in a good spot, I would say. We're above the Friday close. We have had a big pullback. All right, we didn't quite test Friday's close, and we're continuing to the upside here. So it doesn't look bad. Now, this is a pretty scary candle on the half-hour chart. So let's see what happens when we get up into this zone around the previous day's close and previous day's open. But if we do start getting bullish, it might take a while. But let's see how New York reacts off the open, or are they just going to be waiting around for more sort of summit related things coming out here. All right. Keep in mind, we do have the old Powell speaking at 5:30 p.m. GMT time. Right. And we did have non-farm employment come out today on a non-farm employment change. We do have it coming out today at 1:30, as well as unemployment rate and average hourly earnings. So 1:30 p.m. GMT time, expect some good volatility as well. Should get a nice little spike or a little bit of a Darth Maul candle, shake some people out. So if you're in a position at that time, just be very wary, all right? So pretty big news day. Pretty big news day. And Trump is apparently speaking as well at 6:30 p.m. GMT time. I'm guessing that'll be right before the summit begins. All right. So not much has changed other than that. We are just ranging in between these support and resistance zones here. These are all 4-hour support and resistance zones. So, it doesn't look too bad right now, I would say. Again, this is going to be a bit of a scary zone up here around the 89, 90,000. And this is what a lot of people are saying. A lot of articles coming out about the key 90,000 level. We have to take it. And yeah, like every round number level is pretty key, right? We had to hold this close to 80K, right? We held it. So let's see how this goes. Now, when we do break out of this zone, so if we look at this triangle you can see it here clearly on the half hour, just be very careful with an initial fake out potentially. But if we do break out on news, it could get quite explosive. So if we break out of this in, what do we got now? 2.5 hours, just shy of 2.5 hours for the data news to come out, you know, it could get pretty explosive. All right, looking at the Nasdaq, it's kind of in the same boat, really. Let's take a peek here real quick. All right, the Nasdaq looking not bad right now. A very small inside bar. Yesterday we did break the initial balance low for the week, so that's not a great sign. But we do have a lot of news coming out, so if the news is good, I would not be surprised at all if we rip to the upside quite a bit. And as Monday's high is so far away, this could be a very explosive move today as well to the upside. And if it breaks to the downside, all hell will break loose, I'm imagining. All right, if we take a quick peek here at our session volume profiles on the half-hour chart, as always, we have bounced. The Asia low was put in right on the previous day's point of control. That seems to be pretty solid. And then we've got quite a bit of resistance right above us here, but we could easily get a 300-point move to the upside today. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Would not surprise me at all. Okay. ADA is in the exact same boat as Bitcoin. And there's a lot of weird talk about ADA, about how, you know, ADA is, did they get in touch with the Strategic Federal Reserve? What kind of, I mean, it's just so much speculation right now about this stuff. So very, very sketchy to be making any long-term plans, I would say right now. We got to really kind of chill out and just see how it goes. Also, I would say that it looks pretty good. You know, I'm not too afraid of this. We have come down. We did put in a big nasty M formation. And we have put in this big nasty W formation here, which we have broken. It seems that we're holding that W apex here. So this could potentially be a level 1 of at least a level 2 sort of rising action before we put in another peak formation and then dump it down. So I'm, you know, cautiously optimistic about this right now. The other elephant in the room is obviously this crazy trade tension. I mean, I can't believe some of the stuff I'm hearing coming out of the news right now, especially out of my darling Justin Trudeau. Oh God, that guy really needs to go away. Basically, I don't know if anybody knows, but he's got this crazy lady that works with him, Freelander. Oh, she's just a minister that won't go away either. And yesterday she was talking about developing strategic partnerships with their European allies and protecting themselves militarily from the US. Holy, just bizarro. So kind of weird to see all the warmongering on the one side of the political spectrum. They're supposed to be the side of love and peace and all that stuff, and they're really digging these threats. So pretty wild times in that regard. So yeah, as long as we can keep grinding up here, I think we're okay. Not really sure how great this strategic reserve is going to be. I'm guessing it's more talk than anything else. Let's see what the big boys have to say about it. Michael Saylors of the world and all this, although Michael Saylor is blindly bullish about an asset that is going to try to compete against the world's global currencies. Good luck with that. So let's take a peek then at Bitcoin with the session volume profiles here. And think about what kind of reality we are in here. All right. So Monday, we did put in a pretty wonky looking W. All right. We got our 3 levels of rise pretty much into Thursday. And that is a big sort of situation that we're looking at, right? Thursdays are notorious the sort of reversal day for crypto. But we came down into the 786 zone, but the golden pocket eventually held and came back up, and now we're trading above this 382. Right, so it's a good look, I think, for Bitcoin right now. I do believe that up is the way, and that we should at least take Thursday's high. All right, I can't be sure about that, but I would assume that at least Thursday's high is going to get taken today. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure we can get there. If we don't get there, we do have yesterday's naked point of control up here with a big old volume node, and it is in this 4-hour support resistance zone. Okay, so previous day's high point of control zone, very interesting, but I would really like to see it get swept, and maybe a little push above there would be fantastic. Now that's not going to be an easy nut to crack, that's for sure, but we have had a very nice pullback, and let's see if we can do this. So again, being very careful and cautiously optimistic. If we do turn around off of that level aggressively, I will be looking to short it. Again, it's huge, this whole 92 zone. And yeah, that is about it. Hit that like button, subscribe. I'm supposed to say that. Thank you, Oddbjorner. Join our Discord community. Link is in the description. So that's really it for today. It's just a quick update here. I hope that this does continue to the upside, but remember, hope and trading do not mix well, right? So just keep watching the charts. Look for those reversal patterns. Look for those continuation patterns, and let's see how this bad boy plays out today. I will be going live in the Discord very shortly. So XRP. All right, XRP. We're really sort of looking. I have not updated this chart. The exact same on XRP. So we are just putting in a little triangle here. Okay, so I mean, it's all really the same right now. They are setting up a coil to then explode out of this coil. So we really got to see which way we're gonna rip it. But again, I feel pretty decent about all of them until they show me that I should not be feeling decent about them. Let's check out this bad boy. So XRP, the beauty of XRP is that you've also got this big naked point of control down here from Tuesday. If we pull a local fib, imagine that. But we could definitely come down, hit into this, maybe hit that 786. That would be about it. Up to the top, we've obviously got yesterday's naked point of control, and this whole thing, I mean, it's just massive. So that's what we're hitting into right now. If we look at the volume profile, I mean, that point of control is very, that's not huge volume compared to this, right? So this whole zone here, although it is quite dense, if we can just get back in here, especially if we can take this naked point of control, you're just looking for it to trade up to the top here and then looking for reaction. There are obvious sellers up here on the 30-minute chart. So it looks a little bit tougher in terms of how much move you can get to the upside. But again, if this stuff just starts pumping on news, it could easily just get right through there. Thanks. X is spammed about XRP in my feed more than BTC. Yeah, if you look at any sort of crypto news right now, XRP is everywhere. Everybody's talking about XRP. ADA as well, even. It's kind of odd. ADA is usually a bit of a quieter beast, but yeah, a lot of talk about Sol, XRP, ADA, and a little bit about Bitcoin, but XRP is definitely the one that people are talking about. which could be a bit of a double-edged sword. But let's see how it all turns out, man. So really just got to see how this breaks, you know, mark out your levels on your triangles. Oh. And oh, where am I going? Pardon me. All right, and then we wait to see what the break is going to give. Yeah, would not call this a pennant. Some people would, I will not. Just see how this breaks out. We did get a little deviation to the downside here on this wick, but that's not much, you know. So I would be looking for a break, a retest, and then a go. So look for those continuation signals. Don't get in too early. Would be my advice, because once the volatility comes, it can really kind of go nutty, man. Really go nutty. So that is going to do it. Really just a quick update here. Yeah, that's going to be it. I will see you in the Discord very shortly. I've just got a couple of things to do, and then I'll get in there and we'll hit some live trading, fellas. Thank you so much. Stay safe, be well, and see you on the next one.